You are still waiting, waiting for the right moment, waiting until you are ready, waiting until it feels safe enough to act. And here is the uncomfortable truth. Most people will wait their entire lives, and nothing will ever change. You have been there. You see the opportunity, but hesitate. You know what you should say, but stay quiet. You watch someone else take the chance you were sitting on. And then, the moment is gone. That is not a coincidence. That is psychology. And once you understand these 7 facts, you will never look at your own behavior the same way again. Here is what nobody tells you. The human brain was not designed for modern decisions. It was built for survival. And survival meant watching carefully before acting, pausing, observing, waiting for danger to pass. That instinct saved our ancestors. But it is quietly destroying your potential right now. Because in today's world, the people who move first win. And your brain is still playing a game from 1,000 years ago. Let's break it down. 7 facts. All of them real. All of them things you have already felt. You just did not have the words for them yet. Fact 1. Your brain punishes inaction less than failure. Think about the last time you did not go for something. You did not apply. You did not speak up. You did not start. Did it feel as bad as when something you tried actually failed? Probably not. Psychologists call this omission bias. We judge bad actions more harshly than bad inaction. So, your brain is constantly telling you, if you do nothing, you cannot be blamed. But here's the part your brain conveniently leaves out. Not deciding is still a decision. And the cost of doing nothing adds up silently, invisibly, until one day you look around and wonder how you ended up here. Fact 2. The more people watch, the less anyone acts. Imagine someone collapses on a busy street, dozens of people around. Who helps? Studies have shown that the more witnesses there are, the less likely any single one of them will help. Everyone assumes someone else will do it. This is called the bystander effect. And it does not just happen in emergencies. It happens in your team meeting when something is clearly wrong. It happens in a friendship when someone needs to say the hard thing. It happens in your own head when you wait for someone else to create the chance you need. In a crowd of watchers, being the one who moves first feels awkward, but it is always the one who moves who actually matters. Fact 3. You only see what you are already looking for. Here is a twist that changes everything. You have been waiting and watching, but what are you actually watching for? Psychologists call it confirmation bias. Your brain is not scanning the world objectively. It is scanning for proof that it is already right, already safe, already justified in waiting. You look for reasons not to start. You notice every person who tried and failed. You ignore the ones who succeeded. And you do not even realize you are doing it. The dangerous part is not that you might be wrong, it is that your brain will build a perfect case to prove you are right, and it will use real evidence to do it. Watching is only useful if you are watching the full picture, and almost no one is. Fact 4. Waiting drains the willpower you would need to act. You tell yourself you will start Monday. You tell yourself you will have the conversation after the weekend. You will do it when things calm down. But there is a problem. Every moment you hold a decision without making it, it costs you. Research on what is sometimes called decision fatigue shows that the more mental energy you burn deliberating, the less you have left to actually execute. You exhaust yourself staying still. Think about it. Have you ever felt completely drained by a day where you did almost nothing? That is not laziness. That is the cost of 100 unmade decisions quietly eating through your energy. The action you keep delaying is not getting easier. It is getting heavier. Fact 5. Watching something repeatedly makes you think it is true. This one is subtle, and it is one of the most powerful things on this list. There is a well-documented phenomenon called the illusory truth effect. The more often you hear something, the more true it starts to feel, even if it is not. Now combine that with waiting and watching, the stories you replay in your head. People like me do not succeed at this. The timing is never right. I am not ready yet. Every time you run that loop, it gets a little more real. a little more certain, until one day, it just feels like fact. But it was never fact, it was just repetition. Fact 6. Unfinished things follow you everywhere. Here is one that will hit differently. There is something called the Zeigarnik effect. Unfinished tasks stay active in your brain far longer than completed ones. Your mind keeps a tab open for every decision you have not made, every action you have not taken. That is why you lie awake at 2 in the morning thinking about the email you should have sent, the conversation you avoided, the thing you meant to start. Your brain is not punishing you. It is doing exactly what it was built to do, keeping unresolved things on standby. But the cost is constant low-grade mental noise, a hum of unfinished business that never quite goes quiet. The fastest way to silence it is not to think about it more. It is to do the thing. Fact 7. Action changes how you feel, not the other way around. Everything we have covered has led to this. Most people believe they need to feel ready before they act, confident before they try, certain before they commit. But psychology shows the opposite is true. Action generates the feeling. You do not feel brave and then jump. You jump, and then your brain registers that you are someone who jumps. This is called behavioral activation, and it is one of the most consistent findings across psychological research. Doing the thing, even a small version of it, shifts your internal state faster than any amount of thinking or watching ever could. So here is the real insight. Waiting and watching is not neutral. It is active. Every second you spend watching is a second your brain is reinforcing the story that you are a watcher. And the moment you move, even imperfectly, even slightly, you start writing a different story. You did not need more information. You needed to understand what was already happening inside you. These 7 facts are not theories. They are patterns. Patterns that have been quietly shaping your decisions, your delays, your life. Now you can see them. And seeing clearly is always where change begins. If this changed how you see things, share it with someone who has been waiting a little too long.